I'm Toby Hodges from Yachting World magazine, and this is the Nordship 420 DS, the world premiere here at the Düsseldorf Boat Show. And if you don't know these deck saloon Danish cruising yachts, then have a look on board here. It's a real stunner. One of the first things to tell you about these deck saloon boats is they are very much a customizable product, and someone that wants a custom yacht, normally you have to go to a sort of super yacht or very large yacht size, because production yacht builders don't want to start moving bulkheads around. They want to come up with a way of building repeat numbers of yachts to a specific price. Yes, this is a premium price product, but you can basically say what you want. Now, what they wanted to do with this 420 is give it a bit more of the sleeker style to the pilot house itself, which is something they offer on their larger yachts. So that big picture behind is the 570. They've done a 57 and they've done a 50-foot last year as well, and they are full custom yachts. Whereas these are in a female mould and are repeatable. As I say, you can choose to have pretty much any options you want, and we'll go through those, and I'll try and point out some of the key features on them as well. They're designed by Lars Buchwald, and great designer and boat builder, and as I say, you can have pretty much what you want, but there's some staple features on here. Starting from the bow, you've got the bow step here for mooring bows to, especially in the Baltic Sea, with the anchor roller underneath it, and then there's your chain locker in there as well. Really sturdy fixtures and fittings, and throughout this yacht, whether on deck or below, you will see the quality of finish. So you have a raised coach roof which goes into this raised saloon, and the styling they've done a really nice job on as well. Yes, this has a self-tacking jib rail on it, but you can have a Genoa. As an example of the amount of options you can have, you can specify this boat with twin keels, with single keel, with lifting keel, with twin rudders, with single rudder. As I say, it really is, I don't think there's any other yacht out here that I know of from a production yard that you can customize this much. The running rigging leads up through the coach roof and comes aft, and we'll show you that to the clutches, to the winches aft by the wheels there. These rain catchers, also built-in handholds, really secure moving along the deck. You've also got a tow rail there as well, and plenty of space on these side decks itself. And here's where your halyards and running rigging exits through those slots there, and comes to the two winches either side of the wheel, both to hand of the wheel itself. And that's important. You can have extra winches, for Jenica sheets, but you can handle the whole boat from here. It's important because most of their clients are couples, and they're coming to them. They might sail with occasional friends, but yeah, they're pretty much sailing by themselves, and so you need to be able to manage this yacht single-handed, really. You've got a mainsail track, traveller track here on the bridge deck itself. The point of that raised part there is to give headroom to the big aft cabin below. Otherwise, you'll notice just how deep these coamings are. Amazing. So much protection in this cockpit. That's a real feature. Very, very generous cockpit with a lot of protection in it. And that's another sort of staple feature of having one of these deck saloon yachts. In terms of deck stowage, you've got a gas locker in that quarter. You've got a helm seat locker under this bench, and then the main locker itself is under here, which is about as generous as you would wish to see, and we'll go and have a look at that from the inside. But raised from here, you can hang your fenders and lines from these hooks and get a sail or whatever you want in there. But we'll have a look at that from the inside of the boat. And I should point out that those people that really want to have a good tour, that's Thomas there, who runs the yard, and they have a full tour of this yacht on their website, which explains it in absolute detail. So I'll give you the quick one, and I wanted to show those people who might not have seen or heard of these yachts a little impression of what they're like. And here you go. Here is your benefit of a deck saloon cruiser. Being able to stand a watch from here, full vision from wherever you are, and to enjoy, you know, a panorama, I guess, of your conditions where you are, to enjoy a proper big saloon here and see what we all go to sea for, the outside. And something you probably won't be able to notice from the video is obviously the smell. Just this smell of fresh varnish, satin finished mahogany. Finish quality is absolutely superb. So Nordship stress that they are boat builders, and they want to, that's why they offer it. It's such custom options, because they want people to have the boat exactly how they would like it. So the bulkheads are all laminated in, but they can move the bulkhead. So for example, this has a forward galley. It could be an aft galley. You can spec a larger forward cabin, a double aft cabin. You can really move the layout how you'd like it. But essentially, this looks pretty smart. This is about as a standard as you're going to get. So the big raised saloon means you get stowage below it. Nice big chart drawer there. Pilot station here with a massive great wet hanging or hanging locker there. You notice the ventilation built into these lockers that are lit with a nice big rail on them. Moving aft, you have one deep step down here, and then you have a sort of lower snug saloon area. This can remove, so that becomes a pilot berth, which would be superb. Or as I say, you've got this lovely area for sitting and reading, right in the heart of the boat. And there's your engine room. Very well insulated with absolute full access. So all of these panels here remove, and you can get at it from the port side as well, which I will show you. I'm trying to keep this brief because I hope to sail one of these boats this summer, and then I'll bring you the sailing version. So here's the aft cabin, and what I should point out here is as you come aft, from this section down, I'm now no longer at standing headroom. So that's the part that you do sacrifice. You're having to bend down here. I mean, I'm 5'10". Yeah, I haven't measured it, sorry, but I imagine it's about 5'5" headroom. Plenty of stowage here, and look at the size of that aft berth. Absolutely enormous. And so this is the bridge deck part in the cockpit that I showed you to give you this extra headroom here. And then you're sort of at seated headroom, but very, very wide berth indeed, with those aft facing portholes. Together with that, giving ventilation as well. And then look at this, loads more stowage out there. Oh, you think, that's a small little ensuite, isn't it? Well, it is an ensuite, you don't have to have one, because I will show you the beds and shower further forward. Plenty big enough though, and especially when you consider this little treasure chest. So this is, as I showed you, that's the cockpit hatch into this utility stowage area. Could be a workbench. You can design it to be exactly what you want. I mean, there's your starboard port side access into that engine bay as well. And then to further systems further forward here. And when you have a 2-cabin boat, it can it can be a 3-cabin boat. If you have a 2-cabin boat like this, there's just so much space. Diesel tank there, so I think the tanks, by memory, are about 370 litres each for water and fuel. See a bit of the hull here, very nicely finished. It's a Vinylester hull with a Divinycell core and solid laminate below the waterline, but we'll have a look at the below the waterline from the outside. And then moving back forward through the boat. Another step down here into the large longitudinal galley. Again, stowage is not going to be a problem through this boat. rounded edges on all of this furniture. It's all just so well finished. Good sized fridge there as well. There's a compression post for your mast base. What's in there? Just the wiring from the mast base. And then if you thought the aft ensuite heads was conservative, look at this. That's why it's absolutely enormous. I mean, this is a veritable sauna. You sit here and laze away in the shower. Very, very nice. Absolutely enormous. It is first class boat building. Yes, this is very traditional finish in its satin mahogany. You can have it in teak, you can have it in oak, and you can have it in white painted, but it's all, yeah, it's all wood. Joiner skills are first class. Massive great locker, look. Again, ventilated and lit on opening, and a nice V-berth in here, and you do have very good headroom in here. So around about 6.5 feet of headroom in here. Slatted, ventilated berth there with loads of stowage below it. And then another benefit obviously of having a deck saloon is all the space below it. So there's the other end of that tank that I showed you before. You've got your batteries in there, and another key part of the Nordship build is having this steel grid. So a steel grid combined with laminated in bulkheads means a stiff product. And the sailing qualities are something, if I haven't mentioned it before, it's very, very, it's a key facet of Nordship builds. They do sail well. They are large, voluminous cruising yachts, but they are designed to be enjoyable to sail and to have a good measure of performance as well. Superb. Just stowage absolutely everywhere on this yacht. And here's obviously the underbelly of it. But you can see some of the keel shape here, low slung ballast, and also the skeg which protects this rudder here. So really good supportive skeg for the rudder, and then a rather nice flat run aft as well. So you have a bit more beam in that hull shape aft. And so it's solid laminate below the waterline, and there's foam core vinyl ester build. So lightweight displacement is 10.5 tons. And you can have a twin keel, and you can have double rudders. You can have what you want. These are proper double glazed glass windows as well. Insulation, superb. So yeah, when you're in the northern climes, keeps the snow out of it, keeps it all nice, dry and warm in here. So this yacht starts at 539,000 euros ex-VAT. It's a lot. Standard boat. For that price, you're getting absolutely incredible quality and the ability to choose and spec it how you want, whether that's from the keel all the way through the boat to the mast, the sail options, everything. They'll do it. They're capable of doing it. I hope to bring you a sail trial from the water, either of this or their larger models. So look out for that later this year. And as I say, if you want to know the real details of inside this boat, have a look on the Nordship website, because Thomas has done the full tour for you. Hope you enjoyed a quick one here. Until next time.